Hi everyone, welcome to Joy Junktique. I'm Rhonda and I am so glad you're here. Well, it's a little chilly. We've had some really cool temperatures the last few days and gonna get colder by next week. So I've been doing some crafting. I won a giveaway from LosMiMisArmoire and she gifted me with these beautiful digital kits. And so I've been just kind of playing with them and kind of creating a little bit. And I just thought I'd hop on here and show you what I have made. Just a really quick little project. It didn't take me long to get this together, but it turned out really pretty, I thought. So it's just kind of like a little envelope pocket. And I pulled this one out just so that you could see how pretty the ladies are in her kits. And this is just some more little tags that I made because there was a sheet of 4 of these ladies with the background, and I just thought they were gorgeous. So I wanted to give them some depth, so I just printed them twice and cut the ladies out, the little ovals, and then I layered with lace and then repositioned those back on top of the photo that was on the bottom piece. So then I just took some of my ripped wedding gown ribbon and just kind of looped it a couple of times to form the loops for the bow. And then as I put the tie through, I just slid those underneath the little loop and then pulled it tight. So these are just really plain and simple, just with some little lace remnants. And I've been watching also the little bits of lace. I believe that's right, the hashtag for the little collaboration that different ones are doing. So this is another way that you could use those little lace bits. So really fun and really simple. So I'll show you the little envelope. I did some gesso and some stamping on it. And punched a couple little tiny holes so that I could run this through. So nothing's glued, it's just tied. And this is the top flap, and I just put it down in there. And the back, I added some of that same lace. This was actually off of a blouse, so this was like the centerpiece of the blouse, and it had this extra lace. So I thought that would be pretty for this pocket. And I sewed around the pocket, glued it on, and added this flower and layered up some little lace and little remnant pieces with a really old little rhinestone piece. And so in this pocket, she had another sheet that had 4 different colors of these. So I just backed them against each other and made 2 cards here, sewed around the edges, distressed them, and those just tuck in here. And then I also, she had a sheet that had a big like collage of photos, and they were all small when I printed them out. So I of course envisioned little stamps and just went through and cut them with my little thinning shears. Made these really cute little stamps. So I just put those in a little glassine bag, and then I stamped and punched a little closure here, added a little remnant, and then that just tucks right back in underneath there and slips into this pocket. So all of that just kind of sits right inside of this big envelope pocket, looking really pretty with all of its frou-frou. But I love how the gesso and the stamps turned out. Oh, and something else I did is I printed one of her pages on vellum. It was just like a background page with some writing on it, some typed writing. And so I just printed that on vellum, and then I glued that down and just let the edges flap over. So I'm real happy with how it turned out. And it was just kind of one of those little relaxation projects, just to kind of take a break from other stuff. And here I have an old cigarette box that I've had for a while, and I just decided to use it to put the little journal that I made in. And this was just a really small piece of satin that I had left, and rather than having all the little edges frayed and threads sticking out, I just went around it and burnt the edges just to kind of seal the edges. And then I took a piece of double-sided tape and just stuck it to the bottom so that it'll kind of grab the little box and stay and not constantly be coming out. So that just added a little color in there. I wanted to leave this though, because this is how it came originally. So this is just another one of the pages from the kit. She sent me several, so I had a lot to work with, and I just kind of mixed them as I created the things that I liked. But I just printed it on cardstock, and then I gessoed it just to kind of tone it down a little bit and make it kind of go with the look of this. And there's another one of the stamps I made with the little photo. And then I just added a little eyelet here and did the little rusty pin, little piece of lace, and a tiny little piece of twine. At the bottom I just added the tiniest little piece of lace. And then inside I took a couple more pages that she had 4 to a page, and I just lined the insides of it, and that's cardstock too, so that kind of stiffened it up a little and made it more sturdy. So here's just an old hanky that I cut and a little piece of sequin, really old vintage sequin, I guess, trim, and so I did that on both sides to make a pocket. And then in the pockets I cut out the little postcards that she had. I actually printed them with a backing page. And then here's another little photo. And then here I loved these, and I could just see them being tiny little flaps on a page. So that's what I did there. So this one's the linen paper, and then this one's my lightly dyed coffee paper. And then she also had these little corner pieces, so I just went through the book adding those and a little photo tucked inside. So this is basically blank, just little pages, very, very simple, just kind of a naked journal. And I just think it'd be a good blank journal just to write in or add some little memoirs to. So back here in the back is some more of those postcards and an extra little pocket. And that's what I did. So I just enjoyed creating this really quick and just, you know, having a little bit of fun. And I was going to show you really quick how I made this, and the whole inspiration for this was this envelope that I had with a Christmas card, and it's a square, and I just kept thinking that would make the cutest little pocket because it's big enough for stuff to go down in. And so I just took, and I had recently bought this huge stack of big long file folders, and I got them at Goodwill, and they were only $2.99 for the whole stack. So I took one of those and laid my pattern, my envelope out, and traced it, cut it out, and ended up with this. And so then I just went and marked my little dots where I thought they would still reach this layer. And so then I punched these. Like that. And then I went back and laid it down flat to make sure you get a good measurement. And I just marked those so I could go through the next layer. And then I went back and punched these. And so then you can just take and layer them back up, line them up, and run you some little twine through there when you're done decorating. I actually coffee dyed it so that it would have a little bit more of an aged feel. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but down in there, it's coffee dyed. So it's not like a brand new file folder. So I just did that first. And then I took and I gessoed. I only gessoed the outside because I wanted the true coffee dyed color to show on the inside. It had a really pretty color. And so then I took my gesso and I just dry brushed it. If you can kind of see, I didn't put full coverage, just dry brushed it here and there to kind of make it look a little more faded. And then I took one of Sample's stamps, her script stamp, and my distress ink. This is the walnut, and just lightly inked up my stamp because I didn't want it to be like completely covered. And I just lightly stamped it all over and let it overlap. It was okay. I just kind of just randomly did it. I even did it up here. I think I did it on the back a little bit, but you can't see it for the pocket. But that's just how simple this was, and I just love the results. So I was very happy with how it turned out, and it was a lot of fun. And these designs are just gorgeous. So I'm gonna leave a link to her shop, and just go look at all the beautiful kits that she has, because I was blessed enough to win those kits, and I have had so much fun. And I'm sure I'll be making more projects with them. So be sure and go check those out, and just have a wonderful day and stay warm. And I will be back very soon. I will see you then. God bless.